Right. So for companies trying to go beyond that general LLM, we've obviously been hearing a lot of about agentic AI as well. Having just come from ServiceNow, you might have heard about this Xanadu release coming
Yes.
out, where there's actually been a lot of work on bringing agents into the platform. And I'm at Dreamforce right now, where obviously we're going to be talking a lot about Agent
Yeah.
Force over the course of the week. And
I'm
I
sure
was
Mark's
wondering,
going to bring it up once or twice this
once or
week at
twice,
Salesforce.
maybe. It has that marketing touch. But I
He
was
does.
curious because you are a former insider. You obviously did a fair amount of work on the Xanadu release, and I was curious how you thought about agentic AI and the use of agents in improving IT environments as well as operational environments.
Yeah, I think, the concept of agents in general has been something we've been chasing in tech for the better part of the last 15 plus years. And the concept of intelligent agents has been a very hot topic for 10 plus as we started to look at, machine learning and traditional AI in terms of, threaded conversational patterns.
Mhm.
And then now with generative AI, it's a game changer for the concept of agent interaction. And I think as this continues to evolve, right, the whole point of agents is meeting people where they are, right? Whether that's in work, whether that's in life. No two people are going to necessarily interact with an agent in the same way. And you want those agents to be as close to the work that they're doing or the task that they're trying to accomplish as possible. And you also want the friction to be very low to interact with those agents. I would say prior legacy chat agents were very conversation based. If it understood the conversation you were trying to have, it was very good at taking you to a workflow or a series of tasks that it could execute on your behalf. As we moved into generative AI, the concept of an agent not needing a known conversation necessarily to drive action on your behalf has been transformational. And the whole point of an agent isn't just to answer questions for you, it's really to drive action on your behalf. And I think we're seeing a lot of this already entering the space. The Xanadu release with ServiceNow is obviously something that is a huge step forward in the concept of agents and how agents can be employed to serve and help and drive action on behalf of the user. And I assume we're going to see the same thing from Salesforce. But we're moving from this. I can do simple tasks with an agent to I can ask an agent to do things and take action on my behalf that are complex. Again, back to the conversation with O1. Multi-threaded conversations, the ability to take action on several things in one interaction as opposed to having to do those serially along the way. So the ability to handle more complex actions on behalf of the user is something where I think we're rapidly entering that space, and we're going to see a huge improvement in how those agents work in the next 6 to 12 months.
Yes, but one of the things that got my attention is that I feel like the approaches are slightly different. That ServiceNow is looking at providing a library of agents, really giving you a
Mhm.
lot of choice in which agents to use and how to deploy those and how to get work done. While Salesforce has been talking a little bit more about this new approach of creating large action models, these models that
Mhm.
are used specifically to define action, as well as its execution engine. I feel like there's a little bit more of a focus on proprietary work at the end of the day, whereas ServiceNow has always had that platform approach to
Yes.
the open library approach. So similar approaches, but I see a little bit of nuance in how each company is working at this. And I also think this is very differentiated from the AI world in general, where almost everybody else in AI is really just focused on outputs and kind of
Yes.
this conversational AI, which is hard to translate into actual work.
Yeah, the generative side of generative AI, right, is they're just trying to create content and conversation and things of that nature. To your point about the differences in approach, and I no longer work for ServiceNow. I definitely don't speak on their behalf, but I think they've been very clear about their approach to AI, especially generative AI, in a very dedicated contextual point of view of the work that happens within the different parts of their platform and the different products. They
Mhm.
definitely want to make sure that the agents are very focused because you're not just going to ever be exposed to a general ServiceNow agent either as a customer, a partner, a employee, etc., that says, "Tell me what you need." You're typically going into an agent conversation through the lens of a specific workflow or action that you're trying to take, and that agent is there to help you with, say, your IT or HR or work I need to do my job as an employee versus work I'm doing on behalf of a customer or work that I'm doing on behalf of a partner. All of those LLMs are very dedicated and focused around the type of task that's being performed and the information that exists in the platform. And not only in the platform, but that's being the LLM that's being trained on by tens of thousands of customers, millions of users who do similar transactional work to drive the same kind of action. From what I've seen of where Salesforce is going, as you said, they're taking more of that autonomous type of action to allow these agents to very broadly accomplish different types of work across the enterprise. Um, I think both are very valid approaches to the space. I mean, we're all learning about AI as we go in the enterprise. We're learning about how people are using or looking to use bots. And I think both are going to absolutely have a space as we move forward. I think the question is going to be, if I'm a CIO, a CTO, or a business leader at a company today, I need to really understand the problem I'm trying to solve with these agents before I decide what path I'm going to go down and what I need to use.